Alright, what's up yins guys? Time for another video. Now I'm going to try to speak real plainly in this video here too, because today we got like a mild wind blowing, like a breeze blowing even though it's sunny outside, and there were times when I made a whole fucking video 20 minutes long and little wind blowing, it's fine, and you can't hear it until you play the video back and you're almost ready to post it. And I actually removed videos after I played it, because even though you don't hear no sounds of wind, that little bit of wind, it's not like the wind's making any sound, but for some reason the wind will go into the phone at a certain angle, and all of a sudden you'll be hearing your video distorted. I guess something about the little holes in the back of your phone, you know, to pick up the sound, your microphone. You can't hear it. It's like, say right now while I'm making a video, then you fucking play it back, and then the wind will catch like the part of the microphone area of the phone, and you ruin the whole fucking video. And you'll even post it and play it. I'm like, oh god damn it. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about specifically, I know I go on and on, some of my videos go on and on subjects, but I wanted to and I hinted at this in other videos, but I wanted to make sure I talk specifically how to get even and combat and retaliate against it. Well, maybe like shield yourself from certain types of gang stalking, which I want to talk. What I want to talk about is the thing where things are disproven, right? And I didn't sure what to title this video yet, but I want to talk about the scenario where no matter how something is disproven, you got the people that the arrogant jerks with these looks on their faces that have, even though they don't outright say it, they have a look at body language, and they do it in workplaces too. It'll say something, accuse you, say spread around you, or this or that, but they have the mentality of oh yeah, how dare him disprove us or whatever, and he makes some friends. We're your buddies. We'll stand by you. We'll just keep saying it. And matter of fact, some of these people too, they're in a little bit of everybody. Some of them even go to church. Some don't go to church. Some of them are in the drinking crowd and buying drugs in the parking lot crowd of your workplace if you don't drink enough or do enough of something. Nothing wrong with anybody that's watching this. That people I know, they smoke a joint once in a while. It's I criticize it, the moderation, even though just because they're going to legalize it in my state, the governor wants to. That's not the point. You smoke cigarettes, I have beliefs on my own, which it's more efficient for me financially, and to not do anything. That's not the point. You know, have a beer. Nothing wrong with having a beer after work. You know, a place that serves beer and a food while you're at it, a plate of food, a beer next to it. That's not the point. Different crowds, you know, different cliques say their shit. You have the thing where what I'm trying to say is don't isolate, and I'm not about all those other people that trolls be saying shit in videos too, you know, grouping my videos with that thing. You know how like the Vice YouTube channel has a video on gang stalking, it's helicopters in the air, you know, it's all government. They're making it into a schizophrenic syndrome. And, well, hell, I saw a thing on Dr. Phil one time. There was a woman that was really out there saying, tearing the furniture up, thinking everything is microphones in it, shit like that. There are people like that. But if you have like family members, you, like in my case, I always talk about it, you have jealous family members. It stems from, you know, they can even go be on your Facebook to be nosy, or they don't want to actually, they wonder where you've been. They don't care about you. They want to be fucking nosy. And I have a philosophy too. You can isolate it away from if you want to, but then more bees with vinegar than honey. There's a rule you have too, where people will put on their Facebook, I love this saying, say certain things to see who they go tell. You know, it works in workplaces. There's people I know that they put a picture of, like, I think it was a picture of Morgan Freeman or some celebrity, and a certain gesture with their hands, and talk, and it says like, yeah, I like to just say some things once in a while and find out who they go tell, you know. I mean, but you got to watch what you say too. You be wise. Uh, yeah, you can be sarcastic to a point. People twist your words, but anyway, yeah, people have this body language and look on their face. But yeah, there was that dude that, like, it's in InfoWars right now that replaced Alex Jones, which I quite frankly, he's doing a better job. And I liked his expression, um, pretentious twats. That British guy, he calls people pretentious twats. And I got that expression off of him because you ever watch those videos, The Truth About Modern Art? And anything somebody wants to believe or something that's not art, I mean, a pile of shit is now art, things like that. Watch the video, show what I mean, and where I got that off of an expression called pretentious twats. That falls under the category, like, not just the truth of modern art, something is and ain't about you. People will talk about you. You've got these pretentious twats. Oh, something's disproven or proven this way or this way. But people want to damage you or whatever because of who you are or whatever. And it's disproven. You get friends, don't try to make chips at your friends, or even if they're not totally your friends, people that keep people from sticking up for you. But it all depends on how you conduct yourself. Don't isolate. But when stuff is disproven, you get these people with their little witch hunts. They'll be like, oh, how dare him do something well and make friends, or do something to disprove us. But don't worry, we're your buddies. We'll stand by you. And then not only that, this is a sarcasm, but I almost think sometimes it's true. It looks like it where I'll be sarcastic and say, you never know, I wouldn't be surprised, but aside from going to church and have a picture of Jesus, they probably have a secret society that they believe lies like a religion. You can be in a church, you be religious trying to be, but you're right in the church to be your sanctuary, and to be a separatist, to separate from all the bullshit. Because even the shit that I say on here, I had religious people believe in God and saying God bless you, which they'd see the stuff that I do in my videos, which you have a right to be able to do in an apocalyptic situation anyway, but find about your character. I think it's actually, despite the way I am, somebody saying God bless you, they're religious and they believe that devils do that, and there's gang stalking there, and if you're like that, that's awesome too. God bless you too. You know what I mean? But I have beliefs and theories on my own that I don't force down people's throat. But even though I bash a lot of religion, criticize it on certain grounds, and I bash the atheists and the evolutionists because I have my own version of just a snub and middle finger up to them, but yet at the same time, I go halfway with them to try to do some of them a favor too, you know what I mean? But yeah, the we're your buddies will stand by you, even though you're disproven. Like my example, if you got this far in this video, relatives that they've been in jail for drugs, not just smoking a joint, got in crack, heroin, and meth, and all that shit. And people say shit so you can hear it every time you have an opinion about something. Oh, crackheads like you, blah blah blah. The busybodies out there, and even though it's disproven, they probably have a little prayer group that they're chanting a mantra. Yeah, probably have your picture hidden somewhere, that they snuck with a camera or something, and then they're praying. They're probably praying it as a mantra or something. Someone might go to church, but he's a crackhead. He's a crackhead. He's a meth head. He's, believe in lies like a religion. I mean, that's what a lot of gang stalking is with me. It's not all government is always after you. Paranoid, jealous people, and they're usually related to you. And you'll get a family member somewhere that's related. You've got cousins or relatives or some kind of person that fucked their life all up, and then nice to your face, but there you find out little bits of things they're jealous, and they're it might stem from some people like them, and then you got other people you work next to, say around the town. They hear also, because of a relative of yours. They believe the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and even though you could say fuck you, I don't got to prove not to you, it's dangerous to isolate. you know that shit can be going on. Isolating and not socialize in any kind of way, even though you don't feel like it is a bad thing. Try to be proactive in something. Girlfriend got me involved in a charity or something, and in some cases you got family members that because of the way you look, you might steal. Get involved. I said this before. Get involved in a charity and do it because you care. Once you, even though you get accused of ulterior motive, people don't know. Once you get into it, you actually start getting into it. You want to see things done, and you do get into it. And whether you're religious or whatever you believe, watching right now, or whatever race you are, or a black church, white church, or a mixed church, how you're dressed, the camera eye is out there, and there are liars out there and jealous people out there. The number of the beast is out there. The cameras, just like we're almost living that TV show, Person of Interest. We can almost be living that movie eventually, like Vin Diesel movie Babylon AD. If you get the wrong, nothing against women, but if you get the wrong woman as president, you might be living like the bad guy, the woman bad guy in that movie Babylon AD, or like the way technology is happening now. I always talk about. I read other kind of things in. I kind of bash the King James Bible about things, not to bash the Bible, but people think that that's the only truth. And I read the books of Enoch, and one of my favorite things was the person who gives in arrogance, woe to him. But yet, no matter what you believe that you're watching now, you got relatives or something, you could go to church and you won't be totally safe from it. You know, you get involved in some charity in your church, you're trusted with money, but you got to use this. If anybody's looking for you to say stealing, even though it looks like giving in arrogance, you should not give in arrogance. People say, oh, God blesses you in secret. But I say, as dangerous as this is, like people are like devils, once in a while, not that you don't want no recognition from anybody else or no rewards, you're trusted with people like the public out there, and it's a good way to get to know people, and people know of your character, okay? Even if you believe a certain charity, the CEOs should be putting forth more of the money and not living high on the hog. That's not the point. But you get like organization like this, maybe in my town, you got both folks, black and white, that they take care of the hungry and the food. It's for them, you know, people you know in the town, that some of you neighbors and your friends, and you want to be believing. And you do not want to be accused of stealing. So instead of being afraid of the camera eye, wave to it. And yeah, in some cases, it's like you're flipping your enemies off unawares without flipping them off. Make some friends. The public needs to know you. Wave to the camera eye. If you're like in the wintertime, the line of work you do is slower, you know, in organization. If your work is a little slower during a season, get involved in this organization on the holidays, and you if you're collecting any benefit like unemployment or something, instead of people watching TV sitting on their ass, wave to the camera and whip out the money and put it in there and smile, wave. And then the same thing, you know, handful ones. Some people want to go by and they don't put anything in. Instead of ringing that bell, ding, 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 chasing people away. Maybe play a different song or some kind of music that ain't quite holiday music to send a message, or do something so you're known. I'm telling you, my answer to that is doing something extreme and opposite. For example, everybody wants to say you're some dopehead, you're an opportunist, you want to steal money. Go and deliberately do something, and don't do it just in an alternative, not just for ulterior motive. You'll get into it. You want to get things done, and people out there, passerby, want to know that they can be trusted. And I think more people should be doing this. If you're religious out there in a church, you should. Or if you're somebody, if you think somebody's oppressing, unfairly profiling you because of a color, and you don't even do a lot of the stuff your own people are doing, just like me with a ponytail. I get profiled. You know, people want to, just because of who you're related to. Oh yeah, they want to think, oh, he's on preach it like they chant it like a religion. Oh, he's on crack, he's on crack, he's on meth, he's on meth. Believe it like a religion. And how dare you disprove us? Well, your buddies will stand by you. You got, because a camera eye is watching. It's not always given an arrogance. It's to protect you. And I say the people will try to do shit and call the cops on you and get you investigated by cops, stop you on the street, say all kind of lies. But you, like I said, you get stopped by a cops one time, they check your ID, even though you don't like it. They check your ID. In my case, clean record. Or if you're somebody watching, not trying to say I'm better than you. If you did one thing stupid in your past and you had a record, it's all the better reason. Live your life so you cannot be accused. And even, and at the same time, without totally outright flipping the bird. Yes, you don't want to do anything in arrogance, and not all just to spite your enemies, but yes, camera eye is watching, and do something in front of the camera eye that people will never forget. And for passersby, they see you, some kind of extreme thing that you're known. And why would anybody want to steal who's, you believe in something? And in my case, my beliefs, be out there in the weather and kind of go through an ordeal, so to speak. You be out there in the weather. It's interesting, and then you'll run into interesting people, so you don't isolate. And when you do that, if you acknowledge anything like that, people will, even with positive reasons, people will try to play that card. Oh, accuse you this or that. Oh yeah, just an ulterior motive. And the ones that do that, they're the ones that are pissed off that they're being disproven. Oh, how dare you? We want to make you isolate so we can make our lies stick. You know what I mean? Like Paul Joseph Watson, on the InfoWars. The pretentious twats. They don't care if something's true or not. They'll just keep repeating it like a religion. And hey, that number of the beast, that camera eye is watching. You don't want to be like, and then don't be afraid of the camera eye. Yeah, I still love that Judas Priest song. Sending a message. The hell you an electric eye. You think you have private lives, think nothing of the kind. There's no true escape, I'm watching all the time. I'm universal, my circuits gleam. I'm universal, my circuits gleam. I am perpetual, I keep the country clean. I'm elected electric spy. I'm protective electric eye. Yeah, always in focus. You cannot feel my stare. I zoom into you. You don't know I'm there. I take pride in probing all your secret moves and taking pictures like, man, yeah, Rob Halford did predict the future. You know what I mean? Even though, it's a fact that's out there. Not just the camera eye is out there. The camera eye sees you even. And there's more. In fact, if you believe in God, God gets you in his own time, not always immediately. But the camera eye is always looking. Maybe the camera eye out there, people might be biased because of the way you look. They're looking, you walk in there, see if you're going to steal something. Or with the automated checkouts, make sure that, beeps right away, you know what I mean, too. And so nobody can try to do like they did to that family, over in a dollar store, have a damn barrage of guns, like Henry Rollins said, like it's the invasion of Poland, just because a kid walked out with a doll. I think that was a form of gang stalking too, because I think they were being watched and scrutinized even before that, and the kid walking out with the doll just was a convenient excuse, Yeah, people watching you, he's probably on drugs and looking to steal, he's this, he's that. And I think it's crucial, if you have any relatives that were always in some trouble, you got these jealous family members, and don't just go have videos and say, the government is after you, meaning no disrespect. If you can find a way, get in something, make some friends, and get out there more and wave to those cameras, because when it's something where you're out there dealing with people, and if you're religious out there and involved in any charities watching this, don't take this to heart like I'm some bad person. Matter of fact, I think some of you ought to do this. And I admit this to people that I know, my friends. People out there, they're not all prejudiced against you, gang stalking you, whatever. They need to know where their money's going, that they can trust you. You're not going to put it in your own damn pocket. You know what I mean? And if you're somebody if you're somebody that's being profiled, you know what I mean? That's your plot when you can meet different people, see different people out there, they might talk to you. Hey, that's your platform. Not to use it to bash anybody else, but just go out there and be something the opposite of what you know people are trying to do. Simple as that. And it's, yeah, you run into interesting people, even some people you know, or you might have people seen out there that are going to try to set you up or whatever kind of thing too. But yeah, you got to do something extreme, something different that you're known for. Yeah, the object of the game too is doing something extreme that other strangers will talk about you for, without going. You don't have to go to people and says, "Oh, this so and so is calling me this or that." Don't believe it. All you got to do is for complete strangers, do something extreme so you're being talked about. So your enemies, may run into some of these strangers and, well, wait a minute, he's known for this, and then it's almost like the same way the police are chasing somebody and they put spike strips down the road ahead. You're putting spike strips or impaling strikes or barbed wire where your enemies don't see it, but yet the barbed wire, you would if, it's a kind of a thing where it doesn't hurt your friends, but it hurts your enemies, you know what I mean, too. But it's almost like, laying a rat trap out or laying a kind of a thing that drives out the pests without harming the good bugs, without harming your lawn or whatever too. Lock the barn door before the horse gets stolen, or that's just how you do it. You know what I mean? That's like simple as that.